how do you choose blockchain/crypto investments? Because there is so much out there. There's this paradox of choice. How do you choose things?
Yeah.
At this point, are there any particular checkboxes or criteria?
Yeah, 100%. So the way that I think about it is that first you have to say, where have we been and where are we going? And so when you start out the kind of where have we've been, when these chains first launched, they had one utility. They were like a store of value and a way to send digital currency to and from one wallet to another, right? That was Bitcoin for the first few years. And now when you think about where we're going, there are just a whole slew of different arenas that this blockchain technology has been applied to. So, you have decentralized exchanges. You have, the NFTs that we talked about and marketplaces around that. All of the Web3 kind of censorship resistant communication protocols. You have insanely high performance protocols or blockchains like Solana and some of the others that are out there and that could do 50,000 transactions per second. And so what gets unlocked when you have that type of speed operating on a blockchain? Then you have existing big behemoth blockchains like Ethereum, and like how are we going to scale Ethereum in the short term? So you talk about what they're called layer 2 scaling solutions. The entire financial stack is being rewritten from the ground up. So thinking about what is the future of checking and savings accounts? What does it mean to stream money to people in real time? And how does that work? And so, there's a world where a startup pitched not just recently, where they've figured out a way to stream money to people in real time. And so what that means is rather than going into work and like clocking in and, waiting 2 weeks to get paid, you clock in and money hits your account every, 25 to 30 seconds in real time as it's being earned. And so there's just like this complete rethinking of the distribution of financial assets. So, what once was, let me pull up like Wells Fargo right now, but if you pull up like a big bank and you say Wells Fargo, Wikipedia, and you take a look at the head count that they have to employ to pull off a traditional, so they have 7,200 branches in 2021, 13,000 ATMs, and 268,000 employees for Wells Fargo. So think about what that payroll must look like.
Yeah, it's a lot of mouths to feed.
A lot of mouths to feed, and that bloat that is in the financial system. And so what do you get in return? You have a checking and savings account, you get some FDIC insurance, which is nice, and you get absolutely nothing. You get no interest. Like, I get that it's nice that they handle fraud on the check side, and there's a phone number to call and all of that, but all of that money that they're taking your money and lending it out on your behalf behind the scenes, and their revenue for 2020 was $72.34 billion for 2020. So that money now in a decentralized fashion on the blockchain, where now you have some of these people writing things like Aave, some of these lending platforms, or you have like a BlockFi that is partially centralized and partially decentralized. You have these new banks and new financial institutions and these new protocols that are emerging that take just a handful of people to write code, manage, and operate. And then all of that wealth transfer or wealth creation is being distributed back to the individuals. So I'm excited for the future of finance because I think that, like, for example, I've talked about BlockFi before.
Yeah. You and I have talked quite a bit about it.
Yes. And BlockFi, for example, Zach, I had the CEO on my show. We talk about what they're really good at is these interest accounts that give people real, like, insane interest at right now. I think it's like 7.5% right now on stable coins, which is just nuts. Like, what are you going to get from a bank? If you keep $100 in your BlockFi account, and I don't mean this to be an ad for BlockFi. I'm not going to put any affiliate code anywhere in anything in Tim's show notes or anything. But it's like it's essentially it's just they're giving you 7% on your money on these stable coins, which are US dollar coins, which don't change. You don't have to worry about them going up or going down because they're able to go out and pass that savings. They don't have that massive overhead that a traditional bank would have, and they just pass it right back to the end consumer. And so a lot of these platforms, whether it be Compound or Aave or some of these platforms, you can go and bring your cryptocurrency in, you can lend it back to the platform, and you'll get paid interest back to your wallet, which is just awesome. It's nice to see that finally going back to the consumers versus just being kept by the big banks.